Howdy folks, welcome back to another Word with Brenden. We've got Brenden here from Martin Guitars to talk about the Standard series from Martin today, of which we have several examples in store. This is kind of the bread and butter for Martin, at least for Huber Breeze. I can't speak for every dealer in the world, but very, very good stuff. Some of the classic, iconic Martin models. What do we need to know about the Standard series?
Well, first off, I think you're exactly right that this is bread and butter worldwide.
Yeah.
These are definitely iconic, and there are smaller versions as well. So the triple O's, the OMs, and double O's, and even single O in the mahogany.
Right.
Just great guitars all around. Have been for a long time. These the 18 and the 28 have been around almost 100 years.
Yeah.
Which is pretty phenomenal. They started off as something else back when we were making guitars for other people. And then when we started putting the Martin name on the logo, these things morphed into getting their own identities.
So one of the questions we get in the shop a lot with customers that are shopping Martin guitars is, what's the difference between a D18 and a D28?
Mainly, well, there's a couple things that you can see on the front. Now this D18 is a little bit of an exception because it has a sunburst on it. You can also get that in an amber tone finish. But take that away for a moment, and what you can see is black and white binding versus white binding with black and white inlay on the inside. So on the surface, you're looking at them and you're seeing those slight differences.
A little bit difference in appointments.
Little bit different in appointment, but the main difference is when you turn them around, mahogany versus rosewood.
Yeah.
So 18s are mahogany, 28s are rosewood guitars.
And that leads me to a good question, I think. And just for those people who are not maybe quite as big a Martin geek as myself, when you're talking about model numbers with Martin, the D18, the D28, we decode that with the letter being the body size and the number being the appointment level.
Correct.
Right? And the necks, similar? The same?
Exactly the same neck.
Dimensionally, guitars are the same?
Dimensionally, dreadnought is a dreadnought.
We get that a lot too. Is it the same size?
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it. These are two of the best sellers, at least for our store, and two of the most iconic Martin guitars ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And we have other Standard series guitars in different sizes too. This is an M36, which is also a quad O. So it's a little bit bigger than a triple O. And we have some triple O's over here behind me. We have a couple of OMs in stock, and OM versus triple O.
OM versus triple O.
It's a layered question, but as it pertains to what is made right now, OM versus triple O.
Yes, so on the surface they look exactly the same. So if we're just looking at the perimeter of the guitar, you don't know the difference. Generally, this is a triple O style pickguard, even though this is an M, as you mentioned. But the OM pickguard is going to be more of a teardrop shape. So it'll start here, the little one that'll come down. So if you're looking on a wall and you come to Huber Breeze and you're looking around, you can usually tell the smaller body style difference by the pickguard itself. But the real difference is in the scale length. Yeah, that's where it really hits home. So 25.4 inches versus the shorter length.
So OM is long scale. Triple O is going to be the short scale.
Short scale, yeah.
Dreadnought's long scale. So if you love your dreadnought and you want a smaller body guitar, maybe an OM is for you. We have a couple in stock, and we have some really cool OMs that are due in this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that as a generalization. If everybody generally knows who Eric Clapton is and who John Mayer is.
Yep.
John Mayer is an OM guy. Eric Clapton is a triple O guy. Very different guitars, very different playing styles, and they each have a preference. Now, speaking of John Mayer,
we have some John Mayer OMs that are scheduled to arrive, and if you're interested in one of those, we have several coming. Contact the shop, and you can speak for one. Also, if you jump on our YouTube channel for Robby's Reviews Day Tuesday and dig through the archives, which are extensive. Okay, we have a lot of content, but there is a video that we did specifically on the Eric Clapton versus the OMJM that you can dig up, and maybe we'll put a link to it in in the description of this video. But standard series, bread and butter. Get yourself one, buy one for a friend. Have a backup. You know, come down, visit the shop, check out the Martin goodness. And we want to thank Brenden Hackett for lending his time and expertise to us again today.
Thank you. Come to Huber Breeze.